Today's video, we're going to talk about the truth on living in Utah, what nobody else will tell you. So let's get after it right now. And welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher, a local real estate agent. And if this is your first time on my channel, you may consider tapping that subscribe button down below. And apart from making videos, I also help people buy or sell real estate. So if I can be of any assistance, I'll put my contact information on the screen. It'll also be down in the show notes. So first on my list, the altitude. If you're in northern Utah, Salt Lake City is approximately 4,200 feet above sea level. We're a little bit lower than Denver. I think Denver is over 5,000 feet above sea level, so we're a little bit lower, but we're still up there. So if you're going on a hike, mountain biking, any kind of outdoor activities, you might be a little bit short on breath. Since I've been here for many years, if I travel down to San Diego, come back to Utah, I think my body is adjusted. I don't seem to have any problems. And apart from being a little short on breath, if you decide to go out there and have a couple brewskis, couple beers, some Crown Royal, it may take less beers than what you're normally used to. Let's say you normally consume 5, 7, 10 beers. You may want to cut that back a little bit. You can say in Utah, you get a little bit more bang for your buck. Now, all jokes aside, be careful out there. Don't drink and drive. We have a very good Uber, Lyft network that can pretty much take you anywhere. Also, keep in mind, Utah has one of the lowest blood alcohol levels in the country. Last time I looked, we were the lowest. And we can't forget that somebody could get seriously injured with drinking and driving. Next on my list, you might want to invest in some skincare. It's very sunny here. We actually have more sunny days than most of the United States. So with the dry climate and the altitude, dry skin can be normal. You might need some lotion. I get dry skin all the time, especially in my hands, and always have to use lotion. Also, we are closer to the sun with that higher altitude, so invest in some sunblock, probably year-round. And when I say year-round, I do mean year-round. So in the winter months in northern Utah, when it snows and you're up there on the ski slopes having a great time, the sun reflects off that snow and you can get severely burnt. I've seen many people walking down the street, totally red face, and you can see where the goggles were, and they got a nasty burn. So put some sunblock on. That sun comes off of the snow, can burn you. Next on my list, you are real close to the outdoor recreation. Whether you're in northern Utah or southern Utah, the outdoor recreation is just a short drive away. Let's say, for instance, you're in the Salt Lake Valley, the Ogden area, the Logan area, the Provo area. You live right underneath the mountains. Skiing, hiking, golfing, mountain biking, you name it, just a short drive away. For instance, just a week or two ago, I had a friend that picked up a new gun, stopped by to show me this beautiful 300 blackout done in a nice gray color. I've never shot a 300 blackout before. So we jumped in the car. 30 minutes later, we were at a safe location to do some target practicing, had a great time, and it was all free. So next on my list, the weather. If you're in the northern part of the state, you get a true 4 seasons. Yes, 4 seasons. A lot of people ask me about the cold and the snow. Well, we do get cold temperatures and it does snow, but nothing like the snow that you get in the northern states, places like Wisconsin, Green Bay, Detroit, those areas where it snows and it packs on the ground and it stays for the whole winter. Most of the time, when it snows, within a day or two, it's all melted from the sidewalks and the road. Yes, it'll linger on the grass for quite a while, but for the most part, it melts away. And in the summer, we have some great summers with very low humidity. So in the southern part of the state, I typically say it does not snow. Now, I'll receive a lot of comments. Mike, you don't know what you're talking about. It does snow in St. George, but I do not consider getting a little dust in the snow, and 2 hours later, it all melts away. I do not consider that dealing with the snow. In the summer months, you can see temperatures of 110-degree days. It does happen quite frequently during the winter months, so you get some beautiful 50, 60-degree temperatures on average. Next on my list, traffic. It's not as bad as you would think, especially if you're coming from some of the bigger cities. Now, I complain about the traffic all the time, but you got to remember, I've lived here for many years, and I can remember the times when I used to travel throughout the whole valley at freeway speeds all the time. Rush hour traffic, you name it, freeway speeds. With the increase in population, it does have a little bit of slow and go. I read a report that the average speed through rush hour traffic is about 40 miles per hour. It does slow down, pick up, slow down. Now, if there's an accident, it can come to a standstill. Public transportation, probably not what you're expecting. I think with the growth, the state of Utah has not kept up with public transportation. That's just in my opinion. In a lot of other cities, the public transportation is probably a little bit better. But in Utah, we do have some public transportation. It's not that we don't have any. We do have some. The main forms of transportation would be the front runner train, above ground train that runs from Ogden to Provo, Utah. It's a great train. I've taken it many times. Very safe. UTA has its own police department that provides police resources for the train. Once you get into the Salt Lake market, there is a light rail system that will take you to places like the University of Utah and some other destinations throughout Salt Lake City. But no light rail in Ogden, no light rail in Provo or up in Logan. The other cities throughout the state, we do have a very good bus system. So buses are available throughout the whole entire state. Let's move on to food, a favorite topic of many people. I think that Utah's food scene has just exploded over the last 10 years. A lot of variety. We are a very business-friendly state. We also have many cultures that have moved to the state of Utah, and we have many food items from all kinds of areas from around the world. It's a great place to find mom and pop businesses. Easy to start a business in Utah. Many people have taken advantage of that. So you will find, no matter where you're at in the state, a lot of mom and pop restaurants making the American dream happen. And quite honestly, I think very good food most of the time. So if you're going to purchase a home, you have to pay property taxes. I think we have very low property taxes, especially when you compare our taxes to areas of like California, Texas, Florida. I think our rates are very low. Homeowners insurance. I also feel that the homeowners insurance is fairly cheap. Me personally, I pay about $750 per year. I just talked to someone on the phone a couple months ago that resides currently in Florida. Their bill is $11,000 per year. I mean, what's that, like $900, $950 per month? I don't even pay that per year for my property. So I feel that the home insurance pricing in Utah is fairly reasonable. On to a topic that most people are not fans of, HOAs. Don't run into many people that are huge fans of HOAs. I think in some circumstances, HOAs are great. In Utah, I feel that we have fewer HOA communities than some other states, but the HOA communities are growing. Mostly you'll find some of the newer home developments are HOA communities. A lot of the established neighborhoods that were built over the last 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years are typically non-HOA communities. With that being said, that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. Yes, you can paint your door pink, green, whatever color you would like, but Let's say your weeds are above a certain height. The city can come along and write you a ticket. So there still is some ordinance in effect. So you're not totally off the hook, but it's very minor compared to what some of the restrictions are in HOA communities. That's today's video. If you have any kind of questions, by all means, put them down in the comments. Try to answer every question that I can. Until the next video, take care and stay safe.